Being Human by Naima. I wonder if the sun debates dawn some mornings, not wanting to rise out of bed from under the down feather horizon. If the sky grows tired of being everywhere at once, adapting to the mood swings of the weather. If the clouds drift off trying to hold themselves together, make deals with gravity to loiter a little longer. I wonder if rain is scared of falling, if it has trouble letting go, if snowflakes get sick of being perfect all the time, each one trying to be one of a kind. I wonder if stars wish upon themselves before they die, if they need to teach their young to shine. I wonder if shadows long to once feel the sun, if they get lost in the shuffle, not knowing where they're from. I wonder if sunrise and sunset respect each other, even though they've never met. If volcanoes get stressed, if storms have regrets, if compost believes in life after death. I wonder if breath ever thinks about suicide. I wonder if the wind just wants to sit still sometimes and watch the world pass by. If smoke was born knowing how to rise, if rainbows get shy backstage, not sure if their colors match right. I wonder if lightning sets an alarm clock to know when to crack. If rivers ever stop and think of turning back. If streams meet the wrong sea and their whole lives run off track. I wonder if the snow wants to be black. If the soil thinks she's too dark. If butterflies want to cover up their marks. If rocks are self-conscious of their weight. If mountains are insecure of their strength. I wonder if waves get discouraged, crawling up the sand, only to be pulled back again to where they began. I wonder if land feels stepped upon, if sand feels insignificant, if trees need to question their lovers to know where they stand, if branches waver in the crossroads, unsure of which way to grow, if the leaves understand they're replaceable and still dance when the wind blows. I wonder where the moon goes when she is hiding. I want to find her there and watch the ocean spin from a distance. Listen to her, stir in her sleep. Effort gives way to existence.
So I wanted to share this poem, but first I wanted to be able to describe to you two vignettes about something that very personal that's been happening to me. So as you can see, we're in paradise on vacation. And a couple of days ago, I woke up for another day in the sun with truckloads of books that we brought, ready for it to be the best day ever. And I came outside, and all of a sudden, I was hit with a wave of sadness. I just wanted to start crying. And then on top of the sadness came judgment. Bailey, who do you think you are? You're here on vacation. People dream of times like this. People wait lifetimes to be in places like this. Why are you sad? What's wrong with you? And the waves of sadness just kept coming. Vignette 1, Vignette 2. So we did a poetry of Torah several weeks ago. And of course we wanted to do another one. And for the last few weeks, I kept thinking of poems to do, and Shmuel got excited about making the recording. But all of a sudden, all my insecurities, what if I don't say the right thing? And what if you sound smarter than me? And what if I can't...
Smarter than I.
See? And I just, all of these things...
That wasn't planned.
No, it wasn't. But all of these things, it just kept freezing me. What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not smart enough? What if I'm not pretty enough? What if I don't sound thrilled enough? And it completely paralyzed me. But instead of looking at myself with all that judgment, instead of saying it should be like this or it shouldn't be like this, like the poem says, effort gives way to existence.
Nature.
Like nature. And on vacation, all of a sudden, all the effort that I can distract myself with in my life at home faded away. I couldn't just be busy with work or find kindness to do to other people. I was just being with myself, just existing on this vacation. And sadly, that was really hard for me, to feel like I'm just good enough, to feel like I'm just worthy, to feel like I can just be with myself and enjoy, like a little kid, not knowing that you're supposed to be thinking about all these other things. And the same thing with these videos, that I could just be. And I think the pain of that, which I'm not going to try to diminish and tie up with a bow, the pain of that, to me, is gullus. That's what all these 9 days are about. It's to try to get back to that sense of being with God.
And I think if I could add to that, that throughout our history, Jews always knew that effort gives way to existence. As much as in Judaism and in Torah, we have to put in an effort. But as you're saying, throughout our exile, Jews always knew how to cry, even during holidays. We say Yizkor in the happiest holidays, but we also knew how to be happy, even in sad times. Because when effort gives way to existence, the Talmud teaches that we have to thank our heads for bowing at the right place during prayer, which is sort of a cynical way of saying we don't have the right kavanah, so thank God our heads know when to bow. But Hasidus explains in a deeper way what that means is that ultimate prayer is where effort gives way to existence. We have to put a lot of effort in learning Torah, getting ready to serve God. But then when you're actually praying, or when you're on vacation, or when you're doing a mitzvah, like Rav Nachman says, always besimcha, don't worry about the mitzvah while you're doing it, only until you do it. When you actually start serving God, effort has to give way to existence like the rest of nature. And indeed, like you're saying, exile is when we feel uncomfortable with halacha, with Torah. And we have to put in the effort. When Mashiach comes, effort will give way to existence.
And maybe a little bit of the prerequisite to some of this effort has to be that just coming back to that sense of being.
Sense of self and being.
So if we get so stuck in the nitty-gritties of halacha, but we don't have a sense of self, that's like an ultimate way of losing self.
Of losing existence. God's name Havaya means existence. So we have to do what we can to be good Jews, but ultimately when we're with God, those moments in life, like this poet is saying, nature might not have the self-consciousness we do. But when we're serving Hashem, we could learn from nature and let effort give way to existence, and that is part of the redemptive process. And in that merit, we should see the Beis HaMikdash this week and not have to fast on Sunday.
Amen.